John, another big game Saturday. We've got Kelty Hearts away. Another away game. I think this is our fourth away game in a row. Is it quite tough to have that many away days in a row?
Well, I mean, short journeys, some of them. Short journey to Alloa, short journey into Edinburgh, short journey to Kelty. For most of us, like it's not a long journey. Yeah, it's not like going to Peterhead or Wick. So it's no. We don't worry about travelling really. We've picked up some good points and results on the road. So yeah, it's another one. And we've been fairly successful. Our away record's fairly good in comparison to everyone else. It's up there, and we'll look to go and we know it's going to be a difficult game. Well, Kelty's beaten us twice, and that means we've got to obviously respect the fact that they've managed to do that and be prepared. We have went behind twice to 2 goals on both occasions fairly early in the game, giving them a cushion, something that they can protect, and of course then hitting the counter-attack. So it would be nice to reverse that. It would be nice to get the first goal in the game. The first goal doesn't guarantee a win by any manner of means, but it certainly can give you a good foundation in the game, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking to get a good footing in the game and turn it on its head, and have Kelty coming at us so we can go and pick them off as well. So we've got to be ready to start that game. Absolutely. Twice we've been caught cold, and we should have learned for the first time. We obviously didn't, and we certainly have got to be learning from the 2 previous games against them. So it's up to us. We're in a good place. 4 league games in a row, the Scottish Cup time there as well, 5 wins in a row. We can't be in a better place, but continue to see it. Complacency. We can't allow complacency to kick in. When we went to Kelty earlier in the season, can't quite remember the exact run we were on, but we were on a good run. Didn't see our performance coming. We've got to make sure we don't get caught out with the same thing again, that we don't go there and we don't turn up. We've got to make sure that we're competitive in the game from start to finish, and we've got to be as clinical as we've been. We've been creating a number of chances, maybe not taking them all, but we're clinical enough to be getting ourselves goals, and that's all you can ask. You're not going to no one scores every opportunity that comes along, but we've got to be clinical as well to take a fair share of the chances that we create. And of course, I mentioned that we've been lost goals against Kelty. We obviously want to make sure that we're not, and we're really, really switched on defensively, and we're not caught out. So it's the next challenge, the next game. Being away from home doesn't worry us. The park's tighter. Yeah, the park is tighter, much tighter actually, which makes it more difficult. You don't get anywhere near the length of time in the ball, especially as we do out here, and there's not so much space to run into again. But we're prepared for that. We've narrowed our pitch down this week and training on a narrower pitch, recognising that we don't get so much time in the ball, and when you do, you need to produce quality. So that's exactly what we're planning for, and we've got to be ready.
You mentioned creating a lot of chances. Obviously, you've brought in a number of players in January, 2 of them strikers, and one of them being proven to be quite prolific in this league. Could we possibly see Jordan Allen getting some game time against Kelty to perhaps bury those chances that the team's been creating?
Well, there's every opportunity, of course. He's a player, so if he comes into your squad, he's got a chance. Of course he has. Can't. As I said last week, our players are playing particularly well. The ones that we've had here are on a 5-game winning run. And Gary scored a particularly good goal last week. Gary links the play very well for us, and we've got that combination with Callum Morrison, with Kai, the midfield players, Nizzy joining in, and it's flowing and it's moving, and that's why you're creating chances. So, of course, we have brought strikers in. It's, just going over old hat for last week, we only had 2. If you lose one to an injury, and you just never ever know that you're down to 1. So we've in the short term, we've got some games coming up, midweek games coming up. We've got Alloa on Tuesday night. We're going to have a quick turnaround. We're going to need all the ammunition we can get to try and be promoted. So it's nice to have, the options of these players. Yeah, I mean, I've got to, we brought them in, and of course, everyone wants to play, and we have to try and do that to keep everyone motivated. But I'm not going to disrespect the guys that have been here and done a really, really good job. Yeah, there's no the striker that scores every chance. It's not been born yet, So we as long as we continue. I personally, I'm never really concerned or worried about who actually scores the goals. As long as the team wins and the team's scoring goals, the amount of goals that we've scored around the squad, we're joint top goal scorers. Had the most shots on target, off target. That gap has narrowed down quite considerably, right enough, but we are still leading that. So, the team's playing well, we're creating these chances, and I'm comfortable with where we are, very, very comfortable where we are. We know we've got the options there, the tools are there, if and when we need them. And the game lasts 90 minutes. It lasts 90 minutes. It's just, it'd be nice to finish a game off, early on. But teams are recognising. Teams have been very, very respectful to us. And no more so than in Edinburgh last week. Making it difficult for us. In the first half, really difficult. Even though we did still create some chances, but scoring 3 goals at the start of the game against Alloa. It's no different than scoring 3 late goals against Clyde. The game's going to last 90 minutes, and we have to be patient. And you tend to find that's what all the good teams have had to do over the years. When it's no luck that the top teams end up scoring a goal late in the game and they win a game. So it doesn't matter when the goals come along as well. So we're. I'm happy. I'm comfortable where we are. We just need to keep our finger on the pulse. We can't get complacent in our performance level. We've got to continue to work extremely hard, and especially Saturday. We've got to be our numbers and our high-speed running, the speed in our play, the quality in our play, even on a tight pitch, has got to be right up there.
What I was going to ask was how important Gary Oliver's been to the recent run of form, because I know he came in as a striker, ended up being deployed in that centre of midfield, did very well there, and now he's been called upon to kind of lead the line again, and he's done brilliantly there as well.
Yeah. Right, so let's rewind. Edinburgh City away. Overnight we lost Stevie Hetherington to an illness. I'm talking the first time we went to Edinburgh City, FC Edinburgh. And we put Gary in there, and the whole thing clicked. It wasn't. Gary can play a few positions, but yes, he came in. In the summer, it was very difficult to get strikers. Very, very difficult. So Gary came in and he was playing, and of course he was very much part of our successful League Cup campaign. And so we move on a little bit, and we get to that game I'm talking about. Our first game away to FC Edinburgh, and overnight Stevie Hetherington had to pull out to an illness, and we moved Gary into midfield, and of course he scored on the day, and our midfield combination was brilliant, and we used him in that because obviously then Juan and then Romarin came in, so Gary continued to play within the midfield. Most of the time he was in the team, had a little bit out and in, but always playing his part within it. And then Juan's moved on, and Gary's taken the opportunity to get in the team and also combine and connect the team. So instead of the ball coming up and bouncing here and bouncing there and no sticking, Gary's actually connected that with Nizzy, with Kennedy, with Callum Morrison, and that's made us tick. It's all sort of come together. The movement, You see the wee back heels that's coming on. The guys have got a good understanding now, and the whole thing's kind of flowing. And again, Cal goes down the line, in the second half there, whips a ball across, and Gary gets a great header to score. But he's been involved in a lot of good play in all the games since he went up there. So I think he's been excellent for all these attributes that I've mentioned. He's not a massive, big, going target man, But we've got all the strikers we've got are all different, and that's good, because that obviously, for me as myself and Paul, we've got different ways to win a football match, and it'll keep our opposition on our toes as well, because Jordan's like a penalty box striker. Big Matty, who's going to be one who is going to be physically strong. He's a big lad. He can run in the channels. He's got 2 good feet. He's a strong, he's powerful strike on him, and he's got an understanding of the game that's good. Roman's got great pace and great energy, and in good form. He's actually scored another couple of goals in midweek in a game, bounce game against Stenishmere. So, I'm happy to say that we've got good options within that, and I think the transfer window was good for us.
I know last week we talked about how happy you were with your business this January, but one player I want to focus on is Kai Kennedy. How much of a boost has it been to you and the rest of the squad that you've held on to him, given all the speculation?
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can't believe everything you read in a newspaper. A lot of speculation, but there wasn't really. Kai was very comfortable here. He's very happy here, and he wants to finish the season here, and that's ideal. That's exactly what I wanted. We kept obviously Kai's here training, so we had quite a number of chats with him with regards to stuff that was going around, and he assured us, if there was something that came up that he really liked, that Rangers, it was appealing to Rangers, and obviously it was appealing to Kai, then Rangers would have recalled him, and unfortunately they were in their rights to do that. But obviously I've got to thank Rangers for allowing Kai to come here, and they've been brilliant with us, with Juan and with Kai. They've been different class, Billy Cutwood, Craig Mulholland, Ross Wilson, Craig Robertson, all these guys have been different class with us, and so we thank them. But they would have been well within their rights if they got an offer for Kai to take it, and if Kai was comfortable going somewhere and it suited him, then that could have happened. But Kai, on 2 or 3 occasions when I spoke to him, was reassuring us that he wanted to stay here unless something special came up, and obviously it didn't.
And just lastly, if you could give us a quick update on injuries as well. I know that we saw Archie Meekison for the first time against Edinburgh, but only got about 20 minutes before coming off with an injury. What's his situation?
Not good. I seen him. He was very close to the dugouts when he did this injury, and I seen him. What's up, Archie? A hamstring. And considering the injury, how he may have played on for a minute, but how he done that, the injury is a really, really bad hamstring injury, really, really bad. I mean, the indications, he's got a scan, and it's, again, some of this is, it looks very much like he's going to need an operation on this hamstring, and that's going to rule him out for months. So it's a massive blow. We feel so sorry for the boy. He's such a really, really nice boy. He's a young man, good head and shoulders, talks really, really well, good football player. I think he would have fitted into the way we play really, really well, and I just feel so sorry for him that his time here at Falkirk has been cut short. It'd be highly unlikely that he'll probably play for us again. Which is it's a blow for everyone. It's a blow for us, but more so I'm disappointed for the boy. He's going to have to go through few months of going through potentially an operation and then rehabilitation and trying to get him back. So anyway, which he will. But we wish him well. We wish Archie, a speedy recovery, and we're always here to support him.